All right, guys, how's it going? So it's very early in the morning here in America. I'm not sleeping very well, to be honest with you, because I keep waking up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, local time, which is, say 3 in the morning here is 9 a.m. back home. So, my body keeps saying, you should be up now. It's really, really weird. But it happens every time I come here. The evenings, for example, from 7 o'clock onwards, local time in the evening, you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's midnight in England now, 1 o'clock in Spain back home, and everyone goes to sleep. So the evenings are really quiet here. Literally no one's messaging you. There's nothing happening on Facebook, from the people that you know, your family and everything. It's dead. It's just completely dead. And then it's the reverse of that through the night. So like you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you think, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 3. Yeah, I should be asleep now. And it's like, yeah, but everyone's awake back home. So you look at your phone and there's all the messages. It throws me right out when I'm always knackered when I come to America. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's really good. So I haven't been out and about filming much for you because since I got here, I've obviously seen my boy Smooth. He's not feeling too good at the moment. And even if he was feeling too good, I wouldn't stick, a camera in his face. Like when I came out of the airport to meet him, it would be really cool to film that, just if you'd have seen the way he responded to me, like that man hug, and he was so chuffed to see me. But I don't know, those moments are good to capture, but then they're not the same if you're like, hey, look, you know what I mean? And Smooth's not really that kind of person. So yeah, I've seen Smooth. I'm hoping I'll see more of him today because yesterday was my first full day here really. And as you guys will know, when I'm in the US, I attend trials. I go to criminal trials. It's like my main interest, to be honest with you, is US criminal trials. They're broadcast live on the internet, on satellite TV or whatever. And when I'm at home, when I'm in my office, or if I'm just chilling, I can put a trial on, you can follow it. It's easy viewing in the back. Well, it's easy viewing if it's not grisly, but I try to avoid those. But I have a passion for watching criminal trials, and I like to learn about a case, and you end up wanting either the person, the defendant, to be convicted, or you want them to be freed. So it's kind of like sport in some ways. You pick a side, and during the trial, maybe the prosecution might score a goal with something good, or they might miss, and the defense, something, you know what I mean? And good witnesses, bad witnesses, the good players, bad players, that kind of thing. So there is a kind of a sport because you're cheering someone on, and I really enjoy watching US trials. I watch US trials because British trials are not shown online. They don't do that. They're not allowed to do that in the UK. So yeah, I love that. So when I go to America, that is what I do when I'm here. And I know it probably sounds really boring to some people, but it gets me away from, all the soccer, all the football stuff relating to my work, which is my life. Like, even when I'm here, it's, Liverpool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my website, coptalk.com, coptalk TV on YouTube. That's all I do, and I love it. I do. But sometimes I like to get away from it a little bit. My passion is attending trials. So I did attend a trial yesterday. The courthouse knew I was coming because I was here last year and was introduced to people and made to feel very welcome and made friends. So it was nice to come back again to see those people. And, like I said, they knew I was coming. And it was really good because it was jury selection yesterday on a trial. And a jury selection is a long, drawn-out, boring process, to be honest with you. There are parts of it that can be interesting, but it's quite repetitive. So basically, you go into, the courtroom, and you've got all the seats, at the back. That's where the public usually sit. But when they're doing jury selection, all of those seats were taken up by potential jury members. And they put 21 in the courtroom. They're the first 21, and the rest are sat at the back where the public would usually be. And there was no room, it was rammed. So they actually got me a chair. They brought me, wheeled me a chair up to sit on the end at the back of the courtroom. So they go through the 21 potential jurors, the first ones. the judge asks them questions, you know, like, do you know any police officers? Do you know the district attorney? Do you know the defence and prosecution today? Do you know the defendant? That kind of things. Can you know, have you had any experiences of any crime committed to you or your family? Have you been committed of any crimes? And it's quite it's amazing how many people that were asked that question yesterday have been victims of crime. And you know, some people will say, I want to speak in private to the judge, and everyone has to, they go into a separate area away from the public hearing. But you know, there was people sat there, you know, one lady said she was like, I was a victim of a rape, you know, and obviously, you know, it's like you can see everyone like, it's just not nice, you know, and the judge is like, I'm very sorry you've had to go through that. This isn't a trial to do with this. The actual trial, the defendant is in court for illegal possession of a firearm. That's the charge. So he was like, well, this is nothing to do with that. But there was other people, you know, that had been robbed at gunpoint. You know, are they going to be biased towards this guy if he was near a gun, which might be his claim? We don't know what it's going to be yet. So it's one of those processes that they ask every 20, the first 21 potential jurors are asked questions by the judge, and then the prosecution and the defense get to ask various questions of all of those jurors. And then at the end, they strike off the ones that they don't want. So from the first 21 potential jurors, 5 were left. You do the maths, right? Only 5 were left. So then they get sworn in, right? Because they've been selected. And then another 21 go up, and you have to go through the same process again. The same questions, you know, do you promise that you will be, you know, you'll ask a question, oh yeah, maybe I've been in trouble with the police, and it's like, yeah, but will you treat the police witnesses the same, you know, blah, 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 you're not going to be biased kind of thing. So they went through the 21 again. So we did 5 from the first 21. The next 21, I think there was 3 or 4. And I was like, oh no, my God, it's going to drag on again. Do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause you need to get 12 plus a couple of alternates, you know. Cut long story short, 21, 21, 21, 3 lots of 21. It took all day. And the people that were sat around me that were obviously there, had to be there as potential jurors, you could still were like, oh my God, you know, I'm so fucking, you could hear them mumbling away, like, and all I kept thinking was that these people don't want to be here, and I'm sat here enjoying proceedings. Jury selection is boring, but it's, for me, it's interesting to hear other people turn around and talk about their experiences. Yeah, I've been a victim of crime. One lady said, my brother was murdered. You know, just, it's a little reminder that there is a lot of pain out there. We all know this, right? We all know that people have been subjected to awful things in their lives, but the extent of it, like I was looking at all them people, from that 21 people, you know, maybe half have been victims of crime, and serious crime, murders, rapes, robberies, all sorts of things. So it's just a little reminder sometimes, you know, of life. So anyway, at the end of the day, they did get their 12 jurors and 2 alternates, and there was quite a few moments of laughter, little jokes, especially from the prosecution. You know, he was cracking a lot of funnies, and I was looking at the defendant, because I'm sure the defendant was like, oh, he's out there cracking jokes, and I could be going to jail here, you know. No idea about the defendant yet as to whether I think he's done it, because we haven't been given the opening statements, which isn't evidence, but you know, there's no opening statements, no evidence being submitted yet, no testimony, no nothing. So I'll be going back tomorrow for that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be at the courthouse. I'm hoping it's resolved by the end of the week. Otherwise, I won't see the verdict because I won't be here. And I would have to email my friend at the courthouse and ask what the outcome was. So I'm really looking forward to it, as you can probably tell. And that is my passion, all right? And I think some people think that I'm just all about like having a laugh and a giggle and a drink and making cheeky jokes, you know. Yeah, that is my, you know, there is Dunk, you know, and there's Duncan as well, which is a bit more chilled, like, you know. Like I say, it just gets me away from everything. And I love it, I do, I really like it. And Smooth, I don't think Smooth understands. He's like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that courthouse. Like, you're right in the head. but I like it. Even when I went to Dublin, which was earlier this year, I went to the Dublin courthouse, and yeah, I just do it. It's an interest of mine. Also today is the US election. Again, this is another interest of mine, is US politics, British politics as well, obviously, but US politics is a different level. It's theatrical, it's popcorn, it's theatre, do you know what I mean? It's something else, it really is. And I was always going to come in November. Initially I was going to come here in September for my 50th birthday, but I couldn't make September, so I rearranged to November. I tried to get out here to see my boy once a year. And I had three choices in November: his birthday, Thanksgiving, which he really wanted me here for, and or the US election. But I had to pick the US election. I wanted to be here in this time zone today when it's all going off. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're up in the middle of the night. I'm sure it won't be resolved today. But the experience of this so far has been super fun for an outsider like me. And I was talking to my Uber driver yesterday, and she was a Trump supporter, but she was saying it's so, America is so divided. Like when at 9/11, the whole country was together. We were one, regardless of your political allegiance. And I was explaining to her, I said, in the UK, you have maybe you vote one way or the other, but no one really gives a fuck. I mean, there are people that are loop the loop, extreme left, extreme right, whatever. Their lives are revolved around it. Like, it isn't for me, like for me, I just have an interest in it. And she was saying that she then have conversations with people, because she would fall out with friends here, because of your political views. And she said, whoever wins, she said, I think there's going to be riots in the country. If Trump wins, there'll be riots. If Kamala Harris wins, there'll be riots. And she said, we just want everyone just to get along, and she said, I wish it was like what it's like in the UK, because I explained to her, she said, normally we just go, all right, them fuckers won, or they didn't, or whatever, so. But it's nice to listen to people and their experiences. So I will be going to the polling station today with Smooth, so I'm looking forward to that. And it is heavily divided here. There's no doubt about that, to the point where they're killing each other and shit, which is a shame, really, because I think that with politics, the media, and the powers that be, they create the divide to the point where ordinary people like you and I get so wound up. You believe everything that one side says or whatever, and it's just playing everybody off each other, and it just creates divide. And I think that's what they want, really. At the end, I try to have this attitude in life that I can meet anybody in the world. I try to get on with everybody in the world. I will get on with everyone in the world, but maybe they won't get on with me. Everyone's different, right? And the world would be a very boring place if everyone agreed with each other. I can go in a bar, for example, and I can talk to anyone about anything, and I can respect their opinions, even if they've got or support things that are really passionate to me. Like, I know this is going to sound really weird, but one of the biggest passions I have when it comes to making a decision in an election back home, for example, is I oppose fox hunting and blood sports and things like that. In other words, ripping apart animals for fun. I just don't agree with it. But I could sit with a complete stranger in a bar that said, I support fox hunting. I wouldn't get into a conversation with them, because I'd be like, well, we're two different people. But maybe that's a really nice person. I'll still get them a drink. I'll say, well, you've got your opinions, I've got mine. And this is the problem in society. People are, they're hell bent on, like, you're wrong, and I'm right. And that just doesn't. Oh, car crash. Did you hear that? I heard it. Oh, look, can you see over there? Yeah, I heard the horn go. I don't know if you can see that white car's all shunted in at the front. I hope they're okay. Absolutely nobody's going to. See, they're okay. Why is nobody going? Guys, I'm going to go and check that out, because nobody's even got out of the vehicles. I need to go and check that out. Well, you'll be glad to know that everyone's okay. But aren't humans funny? You know, like there's like, well, they're not funny, but you know what I mean. Car crash, 2 cars smashed in, nobody's getting out of the cars, and cars are just driving past, and people are walking past in the street. And I'm over here, nowhere near it, and I'm the one that's going out there to make sure everyone's all right. Anyway, where were we? I don't know where we were. Yeah, I guess I was talking about having difference of opinions, you know, with people. Part of the problem in the world, I think, is where people are insisting that they're wrong and you're right. I can sit down with people with the complete opposite opinions to me and say, let's just disagree. Well, not even disagree. That even sounds confrontational. Let's just forget it. Let's talk about something else, you know. Yeah, that's it. So it's election day here in the US, and it's nice to be just a part of something that I have a strong interest in. Do you know what I mean? I do hope that Donald wins, but if he doesn't, it's fine. Some people would say, well, why does it matter? You're not American, you don't live in America. No, but I've got loads of friends here. And what happens in America has a great impact on the rest of the world. I mean, when Donald left office the last time, you know, the world was a more peaceful place. I don't think you can, you know, dispute that. You know, there's been all sorts of conflicts that have happened since he left office. He didn't initiate any new wars in office, which is rare for a US president. But, you know, what happens in America has a great impact on the rest of the world. And I think it's important to have an interest in these kind of things. But for me, Donald, like even the lady was saying, that the Uber driver, the taxi driver, she was saying, look, you know, I vote Trump. She said, but I'll be the first to admit that, you know, he says a lot of things that are maybe not right, you know, and I would agree, he's not presidential, and that's probably why a lot of people like him. But it's not, you know, I get people watch my videos, right? Especially on my soccer channel, you know, Courthouse.tv. And, you know, if I mention Trump, I'll get the occasional person who'll go, you like Trump? Oh my God, I'm unsubscribing. Like, I used to like your videos. I mean, what's that all about? Fortunately, the majority of people seem to like Trump, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. That's like saying, oh, you know, like my favourite actor, I've just found out that, you know, he's supporting Kamala Harris. Oh my God, I used to like his movies, I'm not watching them anymore. Like, that's what's wrong with the world, you know? Just let people have their opinions. You have your opinions, you know, don't try and change anyone's opinions, really. I mean, unless they're up for discussion, but that's a different thing, isn't it? Some people want to openly discuss, right? I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care what anybody else's opinion is, because the only opinion that matters is my own. Me. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to debate these things, because what's the point? If you debate these things with people, you can give a reason why you think a particular politician should be elected, and the person that's opposite, your counterpart, will give a reason why they shouldn't. 1-1, there you go. Well, I'm going to tell you why yours shouldn't be elected, and then they're going to come back with a reason why they should. 2-2. It's just not, for every 5 reasons that you can give me, I can give you 5, and maybe 6, and then you'll try and give me 7. It's just fucking pointless, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, but I still love it. Yeah. So anyway, at least they're all right from that accident. I'm going to crack on now. I've got a little bit of work to do, and yeah, I hope to speak with you guys soon. I couldn't really do any filming yesterday because it's the courthouse, and you're not allowed to film in the courthouse. And also, you know, I'm not one of those people that want to walk around sticking a camera in people's faces. You know what I mean? It's a little bit rude and inconsiderate, isn't it? And you know, I don't think you should stick cameras in front of people unless it's your girlfriend or your wife. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's consensual. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult at the minute. So maybe the videos might, you know, I might not do any videos until I get to New York City. But I'll try and throw a few clips together. But I just wanted to update you on what I did yesterday with that trial. I enjoyed it. Back there tomorrow. Today, I'm going to get, you know, the popcorn and pizza and watch the US election and watch all that unfold as the day goes on. All right, guys, I'll leave you with it. Thanks for watching. If you do appreciate my video, if you can hang around, please do subscribe. I don't want you to be in the comment section telling me why this candidate's the best or that candidate's the worst. I am not interested, and I will not debate it with you. Let's just have our opinions, and let's just be nice and kind to each other. That's all that matters in the world. That's all that should matter. Shouldn't matter about your political beliefs or who you like to shag. Do you know what I mean? Or who your God is and all that. It shouldn't matter. Just be a nice egg, a good egg. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Thumbs up my vid if you like my vid. And if you want to follow me on X and Instagram, because I am putting pictures out and stuff of my journey, at Duncan Oldham. All right, guys. Take care.